Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. I want to say to you guys good night one, good night all. Hope everybody had a wonderful day today. It was beautiful here in Canada, and today I decided to make something that is very traditional in the Caribbean, back home in Guyana, and I know they have them in Jamaica as well. And this is no other but butter flap. When was the last time you guys had butter flap? Let me know in the comment below. In Jamaica, they call them cocoa buns. To be my childhood favorite. So nice and soft and flavorful and delicious. But today I'm making mine with a twist, a cheesy twist. So if you guys come on down, we can do this together. So for today's butter flap recipe, I have my flour here. I have all my ingredients here. I have my yeast. I have some milk, melted butter, some sugar. I have water to activate the yeast. I have some dry flour to knead my dough. So now I'm gonna start activating my yeast, and we will show you how I do that. So I usually like to activate my yeast in a little bit of water instead of all the liquid. So to activate yeast, sugar is a nice helper. So I'm putting some of my brown sugar in there, and then I'm going to be adding my yeast into the water, and I'm adding just about a tablespoon of yeast. All the measurements will be in the description below. So if I miss any measurements, don't worry, it will be below. So I'm going to cover this down and leave it just about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back to this. So we're going to check our yeast, nicely activated. So I like to cover mine and leave it for just 10 minutes or so, and in room temperature water. So now I'm going to make a well in the flour here, and then we're going to add all this activated yeast here. And the next thing we're going to do is add some milk. And milk will make this nice and fluffy, and it will give a nice texture to the butter flap. And then we're going to go in with some water. So you want to mix this. And I have my melted butter. Everything is going to go in now. And then my sugar. I'm adding brown sugar. You can also use. So I added my melted butter and my brown sugar. You can always add white sugar as well. That's no problem. But this will give the bread, the butter flap, a very nice flavor and texture, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna knead this now. I'm gonna go in with my hands, and if you feel that the dough need a little bit more of liquid, you can always add. If you feel that it's a little bit too dry, you can always add some more water. But from the way this looks, this is gonna be enough for me. So now I'm gonna knead this together, and I will come back and show you when I finish kneading this dough. So here my dough is nicely kneaded, so soft, and I'm really happy with the texture. So what I'm gonna do here now, I will add a little bit of butter or oil, you can do that, in the bottom of the dish, and then I'm gonna just rest my dough here. So I'm gonna make like a nice big ball and rest the dough. We're gonna let this dough sit for 1 hour. You can let it sit for longer, but at least 1 hour in a nice dry warm place, and then we'll come back and do the next process. So let's check how our dough is rising. Oh my goodness, look at that big piece of dough. I actually leave it for more than an hour because I was busy doing something else. So this is over about 2 hours and like 40 minutes or so, and this gives me a nice, beautiful, like it's sit for a good nice time. You can do this for at least 1 hour, but if you leave it for longer, no problem, your dough will be softer. So now we're gonna start preparing for our butter flap, and this is gonna be a very nice one. I can tell from the dough how nice and soft it is. So first of all, I wanna flour my countertop, and I already clean it. I will roll this out. And what we wanna do, we wanna put, we wanna make small little ball, and then we're gonna roll them out to make our original butter flap shape. And here I have my butter, softened butter, not melted or not too hard, and I have some grated cheddar cheese. The reason I'm adding this is not the traditional way. Butter flap is usually made with butter, but the reason I'm adding cheese is gonna add like an extra flavor to the butter flap, and it's gonna make it nice. That's what I'm using, cheddar. It's gonna make it nice and have this beautiful color on the inside. So today's butter flap is a butter flap with a twist, Charmin's butter flap twist. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make small little ball like this. And we're gonna work with these balls. So first of all, that's what I have to do. I'm gonna make out the little ball, and then I'll come right back and show you what is the next step. So here I roll out my dough to little ball like this. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start adding the butter and the cheese to our butter flap. So I wanna have my surface with flour so we can avoid sticking, and you want to roll out your dough a little. And so we just want to roll out our dough like when we're making roti, about this wide. And then the next thing we're gonna do is add some butter. And we're gonna go right here with the butter. Don't want to put too much for it to be oily, but enough so we can have that butter flavor. And then I'm just gonna go in with some of the cheese to give that nice color and some cheesy flavor in the butter flap. And then the next thing we're gonna do now is fold it back this way, and then we'll apply more butter. So we're making layers here right now. So we're gonna add more butter, more into the center so it's not dripping out. And then some cheese right on top here. Not a lot, but enough to get a nice flavor. And like I said, it's not the traditional butter flap. This is a Charmin's butter flap with a twist. And then the next thing you want to do now is fold it back like that. And then you just want to make sure that the edges here are like pinched in. So we're locking in all that butter and cheese in here. And then just press down here. You can make a design if you want, you know. And then make sure that we close up everything inside. And then we're gonna, this is ready for baking. I'm gonna keep on doing the same process until I'm finished with all of them. So I'm down to my last one, but I wanna show again the process back. So you roll it out onto how wide you want it to be to your desire. And I'm just gonna work with this one here now. Just take your butter and then halfway in, you put your butter here, and right on top of the butter, we're just gonna put a little bit of cheese so we can have some nice cheesy flavor and not a plain butter flap. And then you fold it here, then you apply again some butter, and this is gonna make this real buttery, real flaky, and so delicious. And then you sprinkle your cheese again. And this is one bread that when you eat it, you don't have to add butter or cheese. You could if you like extra, but it's just a bread that is so delicious and soft that you can just grab it and eat it just like that. And then I'm gonna fold it again, and then if you leave them just like this, when you finish baking it, they tend to open up wide. So I'm just squeezing mine in. Just avoid the cheese and the butter to come out and not for it to open up wide when you're done. Here I have them all nicely folded and ready to go in the oven. You can put them in now, but I'm gonna leave it to sit for 30 minutes or so by the time I tidy up my kitchen, and then I will put them into my oven to cook in a 375-degree oven for just 20 to 25 minutes. So my butter flap was resting for 30 minutes after I fold them. I have an egg here. I'm making an egg wash, and I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow food coloring, and I'm just gonna whisk this up and brush the top of the butter flap before I put them into the oven. So let me brush these. Oh, they're looking more plumped now. So I'm just gonna quickly do this. My oven is already hot, and we want it to have a nice color on the outside, like what the butter flap used to have. And let me just give this a little bit of a room here. Wow, these feel nice and soft. Ooh la la. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue to brush them, and then I will show you guys when I finish. So look how beautiful our butter flap is looking, like if they're already done. But that's when you add a little bit of yellow food coloring. It makes a whole big difference. So I'm gonna put these into my oven, and I will show you when they're done. So this batch is done, and what I like to do when it's still hot, just brush them a little with some butter, and it brings out a nice finish on these babies, and they look so beautiful. So guys, make your favorite cup of tea or your glass of favorite drink and come on over at the dinner table. I have your share ready to go, but make sure you walk with your favorite tea or drink. So here is my beautiful cheesy butter flap. They are nicely done to the crisp, nice and brown outside, and they are so soft. Oh my god, you won't imagine how soft. So here I'm gonna dish out one for me and let you guys know you guys are all invited. So come on down, let's celebrate with these nice juicy butter flap. So here it is, guys, my beautiful batch of butter flap, cheesy butter flap. And here I'm gonna have one with some spiced tea, my homemade spiced tea. And look at this, how soft. I can't believe how soft this butter flap is. And I wanna show, it's still warm. I wanna show how the inside is. Just beautiful, look at that. That's why when you put the cheese, it will give you that nice cheesy finish inside, and just like this, look. And my kids said, Mom, this is so soft and so cheesy and so delicious. They never had butter flap before, so this is the first time my kids are having it, and I want to take a bite for you guys. So cheers to all of you. soft and fluffy like cloud. And in here, with that cheese and the buttery flavor, oh my goodness. It's just that you want to bite and keep eating all the time. It's like melting in your mouth. I'm gonna take another bite. Oh my goodness, that's so soft. So if you remember having butter flap back home, let me know what you like to have yours with. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please remember to press that subscribe button. There's a lot of amazing recipe coming. Until then, I want to say I love you guys. Thanks for your love and support. Stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now.